Here. Man, week one, we are here. I am excited about it. I think we all are very excited about it. We really definitely have been waiting for this week to be able to get going and get the season going. And so much hype for this team, so much excitement, so much additions, so much potential with this team. Cannot wait for this season to start. And we're only a few days away from going against the Raiders week one. What a perfect game to start the season. What I wanted to chat about, and I know this is something I've been thinking about a lot in the offseason, just in general about the Chargers, what we had as faults last season and what I would like to be able to see this season. So, what do I want to see in the Chargers in 2022? The adjustments, the changes, the additions, and just overall better team all around. Let's get into it here real quick and we'll start chatting about it. So, for me, let Herbert throw. Let's see Herbo bombs downfield more often. I love seeing that. It's crazy when you hear Shane Day has a whole folder of like tons and tons of different plays that he has that he loves what Herbert does and all the amazing plays that he does. It's crazy when you start hearing about Keenan Allen talking about, are you basically surprised for what Herbert can do? And he's like, no, I expect Herbert to be able to do those type of throws. And I love to be able to see those bombs that he's done. We go back to that Giants game last year when he threw that bomb straight up to and how amazing was that throw? Even go to his rookie season, he had multiple passes that were just incredible. Let him throw. The one thing is, though, too, that I want to see with that, too, is that Lombardi to be able to find ways to make better play calls, to get better yards after catch. I think that's something that I think we need to find out a little bit more and to be able to find more ways to be able to get our receivers in better positions to get more yards after catch, too. So I feel that is one of those things that we've had a missing on. So once again, let Herbert throw downfield. Let him get more passes that give a lot more yards per catch. So second point that I feel we need to see, and I feel this has been going on for years, and I feel, please, can we just stop having these type of games? And bottom line, no more heart attack games, please. How many games are we watching where we are getting free cardio just being a Chargers fan? Go back to that Raiders game. That was a straight up heart attack game and was one of the greatest games I've ever seen, regardless of the outcome. Was one of the best games I've ever seen. But at the same side, can we please just find a way, beat people and beat them soundly? I go back to the season when we were 14-2. I feel like that season was interesting because I remember being a season ticket holder during that time. Was it 2005, 2006, I believe? Man, I remember it just felt like every game was going to be a win and we were going to beat up people easily and do it well. And there really wasn't too many heart attack games involved in it outside of the playoff loss against the Pats, the dreaded Pats. That was an interesting time because you felt so confident about this team and you felt like you could just go in there and beat anybody any Sunday and it's just going to be a given. So bottom line, I want to see these games where we just find a way to just destroy people and just make sure that we have an ability to be able to put your foot on the gas and just keep it going. No brakes, all gas, baby. Let's see that. I want to see that for sure this year. And I think we have the right team to be able to do that. So no more heart attack games, please. I don't mind the free cardio though, but I would just like to see just sure wins instead. Another point here. Let's see this Brandon Staley defense. With a real Brandon Staley defense, please stand up. Little Eminem shout out. I really want to see that defense here. And I think we got the right guys in place for that. We have a lot of guys that are phenomenal players. J.C. Jackson being one of the top players in the league, top corners in the league. You got Khalil Mack now, who's worked with Brandon Staley in the past. And I think, to be honest, he's going to have a phenomenal season. Even before his injury, he was still very dominant. I think this whole thing of talking about he's washed up or whatnot, Von Miller is older than him and has been dominant. So let's go ahead and say Khalil Mack's going to have a fantastic season this year, and I'm looking forward to that. And with guys like J.C. Jackson in the backfield, Kyle Van Noy, Sebastian Joseph Day, Austin Johnson, Joey Bosa, Derwin James, Asante Samuel. I mean, we could go through the whole defense here. This defense has the true ability to get more sacks, more picks, and just be extremely dominant as a defense. I think this is going to be fantastic to be able to see this real Brandon Staley defense show up here like he had with the Rams being the number one defense back when he was with them 2020. I think the one thing too, if we have this dominant defense, it's going to shift that fourth down game mentality to us because we're going to have a defense that could back up the offense too. So I think the risks could go down. I do like the risks that Brandon Staley, but at the same side, we have a defense that could back up the offense if they need to give the ball back. So I think that's one thing I definitely want to see this upcoming year. Another point here, have this team be prepared for every game. We ended the season, what, 3, I believe, 1-3, 1-4. That Texans game, we were not prepared. Brandon Staley even admitted that. We did not have the right guys in the right place. We were not prepared. And that, to me, shows you need to look at every game as a major game. You need to go out there and be prepared every single game. And I think that's something that was lacking a little bit with this team. And mind you, I understand. I'll give a little bit of a pass with Brandon Staley. First year as a head coach, I get it. And late in the season, I get it. But we need this team to be all gas, no brakes every game. We need to go out there and play our brand of football. Brandon Staley talked a lot about that in that Peter King interview, that we're going to play our brand of Chargers football. I think that's where we are going to be a better team. And I think Brandon Staley, having 1 year under his coaching staff, 1 year under the same system, I think this is where this team's going to go to the next level. Joe Lombardi talks a lot about that their offense is at 202 level now. And last year was 101, class 101. Now we're at class 202. Things are going to open up. Things are going to change. And I think people are going to be way more ready for every. Another point here, consistent special teams play. Last year, it was very inconsistent. And I think in the last couple years, we've had highly inconsistent special teams play. I think when Dustin Hopkins, I think he's going to be still phenomenal for us for kicks. I think we're a little bit, I'm unsure about over 50-yard kicks for us. But at the same side, I think our offense will give that ability to give Hopkins the ability to be able to hit under 50-yard field goals if we do go that route. J.K. Scott, I think he's going to be phenomenal and a huge upgrade for this special teams because his hang time on his punts are phenomenal. Get up to around 5 seconds, which is incredible. We just need speedy guys to be there in front of that guy who's going to catch the ball. And on top of that, DeAndre Carter, he's going to be a solid contributor too on our run game too, to field punts and kickoffs. So I think all around, we hope that we're going to have consistent special teams play this year. So I think that is going to be a big focus for us this year. And I'm going to hope that we get to have a more consistent play all around, because that is a critical part of this game. It does get a little bit scary on how we did play in the second game against the Cowboys in the preseason and how much we gave up on that game for punts and kick returns. So I think everything now with the players that we really need and have that are going to be in those special team situations, I think we've got the right guys now to where we will have a lot more situation and consistent special teams play. Next point here, playoffs. Let's get to the playoffs. I would love to win the division. I would love to get to that point and dethrone, per se, the Chiefs for the division. Somebody needs to do it. And this division is phenomenal. We have such a ridiculously good division, and it would be phenomenal for us to be able to win the division. But to me, just get to the playoffs. I want to see Justin Herbert in the playoffs. I want to see this team in the playoffs. The thing about this team is we just have so much talent. Everybody knows how scary we are. Everybody knows who Justin Herbert is. I think if we do not make the playoffs, that is going to be an absolute catastrophe for this whole offseason. It's going to kind of almost wash this whole offseason of what we did. And it really would make it very sad for the NFL to not have Justin Herbert once again in the playoffs. So we need to get to the playoffs, regardless of whatever it is, wild card or division win, get to the playoffs, please. We need to be in the playoffs. It is fantastic to have this team in the playoffs, and I think we'll do some great damage. Last point here, I'm going to say I want to see the fans growing in LA for the Chargers. I think the Rams, obviously, they won a Super Bowl last year. If you watched their parade after winning the Super Bowl, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of fans there. So once again, Battle for LA is really there still. And we have an exciting brand of football here with the Chargers. And I think a lot of people are going to really notice that and see that. If we do phenomenal things, I think at best, we'll be at 14-3 at best. If we do that, become, say, the number one seed in the NFL, do great things in the playoffs. Heck, if we win a Super Bowl too, they'll notice and understand what kind of brand of football the Chargers have and how exciting this team really is and how amazing this team can be and for the longevity of this team. So I think that's one thing I definitely want to see the fans growing in LA for the Chargers. That would be an exciting addition this year to see in 2022, to notice how amazing this team really is. So this is my couple points that I want to see from the Chargers in 2022. I think we could definitely get these achieved this year. Once again, I'm just excited to be able to, the season's here. Bottom line, this is an exciting time for all of us, all Chargers fans, all-time high excitement about this team, but all the other 31 other teams in the NFL have the same enthusiasm about their team. So exciting times. Love it, guys. Let me know what some other thoughts and excitement that you guys have about this team and things that you want to see from this team. I know you guys probably got some great ideas out there. Throw it down in the comments. Let us know. Like this video, share this video. We love hearing from you guys. Bolt Bros